What if I told you that at one point we might not be able to buy unique toys like this anymore? Hi, my name is Ivana and I've been living in Bengaluru now for 3.5 years. Recently, I had the absolute privilege to join India Tourism Bengaluru on a tour to Channapatna, the toy town of Karnataka, where they make wooden toys with only natural materials. I'm so happy I get to share this experience with you in this video because it was fantastic. The history of the Channapatna toy makers dates back to over 200 years ago. But in this video, we're not only going to explore the history with India Tourism Bengaluru, but also how the toys are currently being made, what problems the toy makers are facing, and how you and I can contribute to resolving these problems. And of course, finally, I'm going to share how you can get your hands on these toys while they're still being made. So let's start at the beginning. What's so special about these Channapatna toy makers and how did they learn the craft in the first place? The legend of the Channapatna toy makers starts over 200 years ago. It is said that the ruler of Mysore, Tipu Sultan, received some of these toys as a gift from Persia. He was so impressed with the perfection of the toys, he invited a craftsman to come and teach locals the magnificent art.
Every place has a unique art form. One such unique art form of Karnataka is Channapatna toys. If you see the close depiction of Mahabharata and Ramayana, you will notice wooden toys mentioned there. The art form of making wooden toys in India is that old. Few people believe that Tipu Sultan got Persian artists to come over to Channapatna and train them in making this kind of Channapatna toys. But then few believe that this art form already existed and Tipu only encouraged the Persian artists to take this art form to the rest of the world. That's how the export business started in Karnataka for toys.
For 200 years, Channapatna was all about perfecting the craft of toy making with only natural materials. But recently, the number of craftsmen dropped dramatically. From 15,000 artisans, there are now only about 1,000 left, and the Channapatna toys might be an extinct art in the near future if something doesn't change drastically. So you might be wondering, okay, but how can we preserve this heritage craft? Well, before we get into that, let's first dive a little bit deeper into why these toys are so special and why it would be an absolute shame if they would not be made anymore. It actually starts with the wood, on which the artisans refuse to compromise. Only ivory wood or halemara is used because it's lightweight and durable. In order to give the toys their vibrant colors, only vegetable dyes are used. This ensures the toys are non-toxic and safe for children. All the toys are made by hand only, and an average expert Channapatna artisan can make about 2 to 3 toys per hour.
100% non-toxic.
Pretty impressive, no? But it's exactly that labor intensity and uncompromised quality that makes Channapatna toys so vulnerable for extinction. See, previously, Channapatna was all about toy making and the whole town was in on it. However, with modernization, the younger generations are getting more and more out of the craft. Also, cheap toys, especially from China, are making it very difficult for these artisans to make a viable living from their craft.
Channapatna is world famous. We have been grown seeing Channapatna toys, but the present generation somehow are getting directed towards more global products. But Channapatna toys is one product which will improve the overall growth of the children, the overall perspective of children. It's an eco-friendly product, and it also gives an opportunity for the kids to encourage the local toy which is being produced in Channapatna.
There is nothing special about the cheap plastic toys found in the market. But on the other hand, wooden toys, especially Channapatna toys, are eco-friendly, child-safe. They are made with passion using natural dyes. And moreover, everything, they support local artists.
How sad would it be if a 200-year-old heritage craft and these beautiful toys would go extinct? How can we make sure that our future generations of children can still get these unique toys and the Channapatna toy makers can go on for at least 200 more years with their craft? I'll tell you in a bit how you and I can contribute, but in the meantime, the town is also taking action, which is actually really contributing to women empowerment. Traditionally, Channapatna toy makers were only men. With the decline of the artisans, now women are also given a chance. In the pandemic, even work from home became possible. But of course, there needs to be enough demand for the Channapatna toy makers to sell enough toys so they can earn a viable income. Luckily, Bengaluru is home to a lot of corporates who have provided massive support for the craftsmen. The first time that I learned about Channapatna toys is when I received this beautiful Diwali gift from one of my favorite hotels in town, Conrad Bengaluru. I get a lot of corporate gifts, and with my recent move in apartments, I actually throw away loads of stuff, but not this. Even without knowing much about the Channapatna toy makers, and this being a Conrad Bengaluru custom branded design, I could immediately see how much love, dedication, and uncompromised quality went into this. So it's definitely something worth keeping for the rest of my life.
Art is food for the soul. It is evolving. It has to evolve to sustain. And it is our turn to support these local artists to carry forward this legacy.
Therefore, if you work with a corporation, whether that's in Bengaluru, in India, or even abroad, and you want to make sure that your Diwali or Christmas corporate gifts don't get thrown out, you may consider your own custom Channapatna toy. The contact details of the factory are down in the description below. Even more exciting is actually the option to visit the factory and see for yourself with how much love and dedication these toys are made.
We're in the factory now. I don't think you can hear me because there's so much going on.
You can even try your own hand at making a toy. I've listed a tour operator in the description who's experienced and was with us on the tour. This way, it's easier to overcome language barriers and just have your whole tour arranged for you.
I think it's currently a break, but look how massive. Well, actually, so much gets done, and I expected the factory to be a lot bigger, but they're just very efficient. Hi, sir. How are you? Good job. Your doll look beautiful. Okay, going down. Oop. Yeah. There is wood everywhere. Look how many wood chips. Wood, wood, wood everywhere. I think, oh, we're clicking a picture right now.
Government of India has come up with a national action plan for Channapatna toys. Not only for Channapatna toys, for all the indigenous toys. And the first of its kind unit is going to be in Koppal, which is coming up in 400 acres area, where you will have the complete ecosystem for producing Channapatna toys. So I would request all the potential tourists, potential travelers who are coming to Karnataka to come and visit this Channapatna toy factory, Channapatna clusters. There are a few factories in and around Channapatna. You should come and visit, and it can be a day program from Bangalore also. You can come from Bangalore, visit this factory and go back in the evening, or you can combine Bangalore, Karnataka along with Channapatna. It can be a 2 days program. So I would request all the travelers to come and experience this program. Thank you very much.
But of course, if you'd like to visit the factory on your own or just order the toys directly, I have listed the factory contact details down in the description below. Just to keep in mind that if you want to visit them, they need at least 1 day notice prior to your visit. Have you ever heard about the Channapatna toy makers, or maybe already have some toys from them? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and if you feel a lot more people should know about the Channapatna toy makers and support them, make sure to share this video with as many people as possible. Also, put a thumbs up if you liked it. Of course, I've also started my own mini collection of Channapatna toys. I have my 3 new muses next to me now whenever I'm working. The story of the Channapatna toy makers is so inspirational, and these 3 ladies now remind me on a daily basis how far a pursuit of excellence, of a craft that you love, can actually take you. Consider subscribing to my channel and joining 230,000 other subscribers as well. It's free and you'll get a notification whenever I post a new video. That way we can still keep in touch. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!